What's up, guys, and welcome back to our realistic career mode. This is episode number 4, and well, we wanted this series to be realistic, and my word, it has been so far. 5 games into the regular season, and we are sitting in 18th. Yes, in the relegation zone. 1 win, 1 draw, 3 defeats, 4 points on the board. Our victory came on the opening day away at Arsenal at the Emirates. Since then, a loss at home to Chelsea, away to Liverpool, a derby day draw at home to Leicester, and a defeat away to Brentford. We did knock Brentford out of the cup, so you will see the next round of our Carabao Cup journey now against Bolton. But yeah, in the league, 4 points from 5 games. It's been a struggle, which is what we would expect from this save. Forest, first time in the Premier League for like over 20 years. You know, we weren't going to be at the top battling for the title. This was going to be a relegation scrap for the first season, establish ourselves as a Prem side, and move on from there. But I'm enjoying the struggle. You know, it's fun, it's enjoyable, and it's realistic as well. We also lost our captain Joe Worrell to a 2-month injury, dislocated shoulder in the derby against Leicester. So up against it already. But going into this episode, we play Bolton in the Carabao Cup at home. We make 11 changes for this game. First appearances of the season for Hennessy in goal, Richards, Bianco, and Cook, who's captain in the side today, Bade, O'Brien, and Surridge. So a lot of changes, a lot of new faces, a lot of debutants. But a game that I felt like we would be in control of, playing Bolton, who are in League One. They're pushing for the playoffs in League One currently. And they did actually knock out Wolves in the last round, so they've knocked out Prem opposition. They beat them in a penalty shootout, but I felt our side should be strong enough to beat this Bolton outfit, who, you know, it doesn't feel like that long ago. It actually was probably like a good 10 years or so that Bolton were thriving in the Premier League. You know, I sort of see them. I referenced Forest as a sleeping giant in the first episode. I don't think Bolton are of that magnitude, but in my eyes, I still see them as like a side that should be back around the Prem or at least the Championship. You know, they used to have players in their side such as JJ Okocha, Nicholas Anelka, Ivan Campo, the late Gary Speed, Jussi Jääskeläinen, who was an absolute club legend, Kevin Nolan, and even Spaniard Fernando Herrero had a stint there as well. I think he made about 29 appearances. So I would love to see Bolton back up in the top stage, you know, Premier League or Championship football being played at the Reebok Stadium again. They're currently 5th in League One, holding a playoff spot, so it could happen next year for them. But I'm rooting for them. They're one of the old school teams that I really like. But rooting for them to go back up, but not today. Rooting for Forest, my boys, today. And as you can see on the scoreline, it would be a comfortable 5-2 victory. Emmanuel Dennis scoring a hat-trick, 2 headers, and a lovely finish to start the second half. A great finish top corner to seal his hat-trick. Omar Richards, our debutant at left-back, got his first goal for the club. We brought him in from Bayern Munich, 24-year-olds. You know, he went to Munich for a couple of seasons from Reading. Didn't enjoy it out in Germany, so we've brought him back over to England, and was impressed with him, to be fair, in this game. Bolton would bring it back by a couple of goals. The first one was not a great display from Hennessy in goal, and then about 7 minutes later, a deflected shot off Bade went in to make it 4-2, and I was thinking, oh god, is this going to happen? Are they going to bring this back? But no, Sam Sturridge made it 5-2 in injury time to seal the victory and seal our place in the next round of the cup. And just like that, we've won two of these cup games now in the Carabao Cup. I believe we have Brighton in the next round, so definitely a winnable game. We would have Brighton up next in this episode in the league, so we would see how we would fare against them. But, you know, could we potentially go on a Carabao Cup run? Forest in real life they've just been knocked out of the semi-finals by Man United pretty comfortably as well, 5-0 on aggregate. But to make the semi-finals was pretty impressive, and I would take that, to be fair, with this side. I would definitely take that. So yeah, let's see how we can do against Brighton in the cup. But for now, let's see how we can do against Brighton in the league. But before that, Sergio Aurier came to us and said, look, boss, I'm enjoying my football here. I feel like I'm playing well. I feel like I deserve a new contract. And you know what? I was happy to give the 29-year-old another year. I was happy to have him come on board. But we actually came across a stumbling block in the contract negotiations. Aurier wanted a crucial squad role. We could only offer him important. I wasn't going to be signing him over Nico Williams, our younger fullback with more potential. So I was happy to have him as a rotation player. But Serge wasn't happy with that, so we actually couldn't come to an agreement, unfortunately. And it looks like Aurier will probably be on his way out either in January if we want to make a bit of money from him, or if we want to keep him for the season and send him out on a free in the summer. And speaking of transfers, the January transfer window has just closed in real life, and well, talk about making a mark. Nottingham Forest made 30, that's right, 30 signings this season. Absolutely crazy stuff. In January alone, they brought in the likes of Chris Wood on loan from Newcastle, as well as John Joe Shelvey, an experienced centre mid with a lot of Prem caps under his belt. They brought in Gustavo Scarpa and Danilo, both from Brazilian side Palmeiras. They brought in centre-back Felipe from Atletico Madrid for just £2 million, obviously in the back end of his career, but still, it's a great snipe. You know, they've got Renan Lodi on loan from Atletico Madrid, so maybe he had a word with his Madrid defensive partner and, convinced him that the Nottingham lifestyle is a pretty decent one. So, yeah, Felipe's gone over there as well. And Andre Ayew has come in as the 30th signing. He has obviously played under Forest boss Steve Cooper at Swansea before, so he knows the gaffer well. And this, honestly, this signing, when I saw this signing, I thought, is this career mode? Like, which one? I thought career mode was supposed to be crazy signings, but Nottingham Forest have signed Keylor Navas, Champions League winning Keylor Navas on loan from PSG. The former Real Madrid and current PSG goalkeeper, shot stopper, has decided to go to Forest. He wasn't getting any game time in Paris with Donnarumma taking the #1 spot, and Keylor Navas has decided to come to Forest on loan. Absolutely incredible move, that one. Henderson, I think, is injured, and so Keylor will come straight into the lineup. That's just honestly one of those where you look at it and go, wow, I don't believe what I'm seeing here. But yeah, Keylor Navas has come in, 30 signings for Forest. Can they make the January signings gel with the team? I guess we will wait to find out. On to the second game of the episode, and it is Brighton at home. We are 18th currently in the league, Brighton 16th, so both teams struggling. One win each so far to start the season. So, this was a big game for both sides. And we were back to our recognised starting 11. Willy Bolly in for the injured Joe Worrell, and the youngster Ryan Yates taking the captain's armband, as he will for the next couple of months to fill in for Worrell. Brighton's new signings, Julian Arujo, Joseph Ido, Pedro de la Vega, Vadius Odije Afo, and Raul Jimenez, all in the starting lineup. Raul Jimenez signed from Wolves, a good goal scorer. Actually, I rate that signing from Brighton. They've always kind of lacked a proper goal scorer, and I think Jimenez will be perfect for them. And this game was just hectic, absolutely hectic from minute one. Brennan Johnson got his first Premier League goal just 6 minutes in, a nice turn in the box to make it 1-0, and then he would make it 2-0 just inside 25 minutes. A header, he got his own rebound actually, a header from a corner saved by Sanchez. He got the rebound and made it 2-2. Brighton would respond. A poor turnover would allow them to half the deficit and make it 2-1. And then 35 minutes in, it's 2-2. So we're 2-2 at half time already. And the second half, it was just more of the same. I think each keeper must have made about 10 saves. It was just a crazy game. Brighton hit the bar a couple of times, once from a free kick, once from Jimenez, and both teams had incredible chances to win it in injury time. I just got to say quickly, a quick word on Brighton. What they're doing in the Premier League is just incredible. Season on season, they seem to lose their best players and not only survive, but improve. They lost Basuma and Cucurella in the summer, as well as their manager, Graham Potter, and Trossard has obviously gone now in January to Arsenal. And they're still improving. That the new manager, De Zerbi, he's just been incredible. He's basically got more out of the team that was there already, minus two of the best players, than they were getting before. It's just insane. They're currently sitting 6th in the league, and I think this is a big second half of the season for Brighton, because they could have sold Moises Caicedo. Arsenal apparently rumoured to have bid 70 million for the Ecuadorian midfielder. Brighton rejected it. They could have turned a massive profit there. I think they signed him for 3 million. So once again, they would have made incredible profit from players. Sold Cucurella for 60 million, Basuma for 25, Ben White to Arsenal for 50 million. It could have been another huge transaction for Brighton. And I think if they were lower in the league, if they were mid-table or so, they would have accepted that offer. But I think this is a huge turning point for Brighton because they're currently sixth. The way this season's going, Liverpool and Chelsea are struggling to get into the top 10. There's European spots available. They're in sixth. Fulham, I think, are in seventh at the time of recording. Europa League, Europa Conference League, could it happen? Why not? Why not? They've been brilliant this season. They've just knocked Liverpool out of the cup. Second time they've beat them this season. They also drew at Anfield. Could this be a season where a team like Brighton get European football? And I think why the Caicedo rejected offer was so important was because if they're mid-table, I think they accept that bid and reinvest into the squad again. But I feel like Brighton now are sort of saying, no, do you know what? We're not going to be a seller squad. We want to be a squad that competes. And maybe De Zerbi is just saying, look, we've got a team now where we can push on, and we're not just a mid-table team. We push on and maybe push for European football. So who knows? Maybe watch out for Brighton, what they do for the rest of this season. I know Caicedo wanted to go, so it'll be interesting to see if he filters back into the squad now and how his attitude is. But yeah, Brighton, one to watch for sure. Incredible scouts they have there. Matoma, another player who they got for very cheap. He had an incredible World Cup and he's just been tearing it up in the league ever since. But yeah, Brighton, one to watch in the league. Sorry to have absolutely go off on a trail there. To come back to the game, we did draw it 2-2. Both teams had incredible chances in injury time. I think Dennis ran through one-on-one. I tried to square it to Lingard. It was an awful pass. And then Brighton went down the other end and Jimenez almost won it, forcing a good save from Henderson. 2-2 on the day. It's a point that, it keeps us in 18th. Brighton move up to 14th, I believe, above both Merseyside clubs. So Liverpool struggling in real life and even more so in this game. They're down to 16th now, Everton 15th, Brighton 14th. And we remain in the relegation zone. And, it's a hustle. That's what we're here for. That's what we're about. But yeah, thank you for watching this episode of the Realistic Career Mode. If you're enjoying this series, please drop a like on the video and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.